meeting is being recorded.
Thanks, guys. Sorry about that. Quiet blip. For some reason, my internal battery apparently is a little funny.
Happens now. Okay, so you have to rectify the count. That means lose as many tricks as you need to lose. If you're in 1-note trump and you want to squeeze the opposition, how many tricks do you have to lose?
Six.
Yeah. That's quite hard to do to actually, that's why squeezes is more commonly spoken about slams, because rectifying the count is a lot easier to do in a small slam, isn't it? What else do we need to have for a squeeze to be operational?
One person guarding 2 suits.
Yeah, but what do you need to have to make that happen? You need to have a card threatening them, don't you?
Oh yeah.
So what are the threats that Michéal has?
A winning trick.
But no, they're not winners.
He has a potential winner in club and a potential
That's one
winner
threat,
in
isn't
diamond.
it?
Oh, yeah.
And that's the second threat. If Michéal didn't have a threat of a diamond winner, there wouldn't be a squeeze, would there?
Yeah.
No.
If Michéal didn't have a threat of a club winner, there wouldn't be a squeeze, would there?
No.
Or if the threats were in the wrong hand, he might not be able to squeeze a person because they might be discarding afterwards. So for a squeeze to be operational, you need to rectify the count. That means lose the number of tricks you can afford to lose. You generally need to be within one of your target. So how many winners did Michéal say he had at the start?
11.
No, he didn't.
10.
He said 10, didn't he?
Yeah.
Where did the 11th winner come from?
The squeeze.
Oh,
No.
the King of Hearts.
The King of Hearts
Hearts.
became the 11th winner. And then where did the 12th one come from?
Squeeze.
The squeeze.
It needed a little bit of luck, didn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, Michéal said he was an optimistic person, didn't he? And the optimism sometimes pays off. Does that make sense to everybody?
Yes.
Now, squeeze is the most complicated card play technique you can have in bridge, but it's just about anything. It's like anything else. The more you do it and the more you learn it, the easier it becomes to spot. Yeah. And one thing you can do, if there's no other technique, if you can't set up a long suit, if you can't finesse, if you can't do roughs or things like that, the squeeze becomes the last hope, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
And there's nothing else left to hope for. What do you hope? That one person can't keep the required number of cards. Yeah, that's your last hope. Okay, but it is a very good technique to have, and we're going to focus on it now for the next little bit of the class. All right.
Yes.
Okay, on to number 4, please.
Okay.
This is brilliant, Michéal and Thomas. Thank you. It's great.
5 and 2, 7.
Okay, one spade has been passed out to me. And what do I bid? I've got 5 points in hearts, 6 in diamonds. That's 11, and 2 in clubs is 13. But I would generally, you're bidding much more constructively in 4th position. There's an assumption you'll have some values when the opponents are passed out in 1 spade. So I would bid 3 hearts in this hand, because I don't play weak jump over calls in 4th position. I only play them in 2nd position, because the purpose of weak jump over calls is to make life difficult for the opponents. So the opponents haven't any plans to be going anywhere on this board. So you play the bids as constructive then. So I bid 3 hearts, which shows at least 6 hearts in the decent hand.
Does everybody understand what Michéal said there?
Yes.
Yeah.
4th in hand bidding. When the bidding goes one of a suit, pass, pass, the rules aren't the same as if the bidding went 1 spade and you wish to bid. So what Michéal is saying is he's jumping to 3 hearts to show a 6-card heart suit and a proper real hand. Okay, full value opening bid with a 6-card heart suit. Does that make sense to everybody?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, in 2nd seat, that's not what it would mean. 3 hearts would show 6 hearts and 6 to 10 points. But in 4th in hand, the rules for bidding 4th in hand aren't the same as the rules for bidding 2nd in hand. So I'm going to bid 3 spades, which is just saying, partner, I'm forcing, I have a good hand opposite. Can you tell me more about your hand?
Well, I've got a side suit of diamonds, which I'll tell him about. I don't know what he's planning to do, but I'm just bidding
as-
up the distribution.
As we're pushed for time and the director's breathing down our neck, and I know Michéal is such a fabulous player, I don't wheel out any system. What do I bid?
4 heart.
Or-
Put 6
That's
heart.
it all. No, Michéal's a great player.
Wow.
It must have a good hand.
I must have a reasonable hand as well, mustn't I?
Okay, so we're in 6 hearts, and what have we got? We've a diamond loser, and there's a club loser there. The queen is useful, but it will only make a trick after the king makes a trick. If the king makes a trick, I'm a goner, because I'll also lose the ace of diamonds. Yeah. Yeah, what can we do here?
Take the diamond.
We'll pass the time of day, but I want to get rid of the spades from the east hand.
Why, everybody?
Squeeze it again.
Why is he getting rid of spades from east?
So as he won't have an exit. I think the player might be trying to end play east.
Take that back, Michéal, sorry. And take back the other heart for me. Lead a diamond at this point. Sorry, undo again. Apologies. After you rough the spade, you have to lead a diamond. That's enough now, yeah? Lead a diamond for me.
Absolutely. Yeah, the risk is the hand ducking this diamond.
But they won't, because they're afraid. Now play another diamond, Jason.
Oh, sorry, I better play from that hand. Now win.
The roughing of the spade at trick 2 was so crucial, because what did West open?
One
Spade.
So if they were playing 5-card majors and you knew they had 5 spades, it becomes very, very simple, right? But now what can we do? We can cross to the table and rough another
Spade.
So go ahead.
Need to be careful with the. I'm keeping the 5 of hearts as an entry here, just in case I have a need for it.
Now trumps are 2-2, and when we rough the spade, what did East play?
Spade.
The jack.
So who has the last winning spades, do we think?
West.
So what is that 8 of spades doing?
Threat.
It's threatening West, isn't it?
Mm.
Yeah.
Yes.
Now what did West also bid? What did they do?
Well, they opened the bidding.
So what do they have if they open the bidding?
That
13 points.
Well, they've opening
points.
points. So we know they have the ace of
Diamond,
diamonds, and we know they have the king and queen of.
Spade.
spade.
So what other card do they have?
King of club.
Clubs.
Look what happens as Michéal plays all of his winners.
There goes one of them. Now this hopefully will do the damage.
And now Jason, what
Ah,
did he just throw?
Queen of spades.
So what do we throw?
Nine of club.
A small club.
And had he thrown the club, what would we have thrown?
Spade.
Spades.
And we have them, don't we?
Mm.
Now, nobody said to me at the start of the hand that the spade could be a threat, did they? If you don't spot your threats, you're not going to know you have a
Winner.
squeeze, yeah. Okay, so again, if we look at the ingredients of this hand, how many winners did we have guaranteed?
So we've 11.
11.
We'd 11 when we
11.
drove out the
Ace of diamonds.
ace of diamonds. Okay, so 11 means, okay, how did we rectify the count? We gave them the
Spade.
Ace of
ace
diamonds.
of
Diamonds.
diamonds. And what were the two threats we had?
The club and the
Club.
The ace of
spade.
spades and the
What
ace.
was the threat? What club was threatening our opposition?
The king.
The queen. The queen was
Queen,
threatening the
yeah.
king. You're right,
Or
yeah.
the king.
And the eight of spades was
Spades,
threatening
the
the.
queen of
Queen of
spades.
spades.
And we should know that they have those cards because what did they do?
They opened the bidding.
Open the bidding.
Sure, it can't be that hard when we've got 20x number of points and they've opened the bidding. They're more likely to have all of the cards, aren't they?
Mm-hmm.
Does that make sense to everybody?
Yes.
Now, again,
Remember.
sometimes, well, I mean, it's about putting it into practice.
Yeah.
Squeezing isn't about remembering, although muscle memory does come into it. You saw straight away, Michéal, he won the ace of spades, and instinctively, what did he do straight away? Roughed that.
Roughed a spade.
Spade.
Nobody else was doing that, were they? We were all going to say we were going to draw trumps, weren't we? But if he doesn't eliminate the east hand out of 3 spades, well, then there isn't a squeeze, is there?
No.
If east is able to keep the jack of spades, west is able to keep both of their clubs, aren't they?
Mhm.
So roughing the spade at trick 2 is kind of crucial to be able to do this in certain hands. And Michéal did it almost like instinctively. He actually knew what he was doing as he was doing it. Yeah?
Yes.
Everyone happy?
Mm-hmm.
And you can see that even though a person opened the bidding, who opened the bidding?
West.
West.
We had a slam available to us, didn't we?
Yes.
Even though they opened the bidding, we had a slam available to us. And that can happen as well sometimes, that the fact that they've opened the bidding gives you the clue as to where all of the cards are. Are we all happy?
Mm.
Okay, on to number 5, please, Jason.
Okay. So I've 4 points in spades, 7 in hearts is 11, and 6 in clubs is 17, and the 5 card suit. What strength no trump are we playing, Thomas, here?
You can play a weak no trump.
Weak no trump. If I'm playing a weak no trump, I open a club. Now, 1 no trump here shows 15, 16. 2 no trump would generally show 17, 18. So I bid 2 no trump. And the 5 card suit, which is a useful holding to have. Yeah, I'm not sure what 4 no trump is. It's probably quantitative. Just asking me to bid 6 with a max, otherwise not to bid 6. As I like my 5 card club suit. I'll say yes to the slam as I'm an optimist, and I'd suggest to be playing clubs by bidding 6 clubs.
So if I had a fit in clubs, everybody, what could I do at this point? Are you all here?
Yes. Where are you?
What could I do as North if I had a fit in clubs?
One, if you could-
11 clubs.
Pass.
I could pass, and if I don't have a fit in clubs, what do I go back to?
No trump.
Very good.
Yeah, I'm just giving a suggestion of clubs.
Does everybody see that?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, now.
And I know he can't have 6 clubs because what did he rebid?
To no trump.
So he
I'd
must,
have rebid 3 clubs.
he'd
Okay,
rebid
6.
3 clubs if he'd 6 clubs, wouldn't he?
Mhm.
So 6 clubs is saying, Thomas, I'm accepting your quantitative raise, and I've got 5 clubs just in case you want to play this hand in.
Clubs.
Now, I don't have a fit in clubs, so what am I going to go back to?
No
No
trump.
trump.
I am indeed, and pray to God it's right.
6 now trump. Past that, I've had enough of this. Okay, so spade is led. And what tricks do we have? We've 1 on spades, 3 in hearts is 4, 2 in diamonds is 6, and 5 in clubs is 11.
Mhm.
And where there's 11, there's 12, even if it's not obvious. It goes back to Thomas's ones. Where's the threats? Well, there's a threat in spades. It mightn't be much of a threat, but 9 to 4 spades means that somebody's got to keep spades. And there's a threat in diamonds. If the diamond suit breaks 3-3, I'd clearly make 3 diamond tricks to make 12 tricks. And even if they're 4-2, I may catch the person out between diamonds and spades. So what do we do in this?
What's your thoughts, everybody, while Michéal is thinking out the rest of the hand? What's your thoughts?
Well,
Yeah.
you've got
Well,
a threat
the
in
first
diamond.
spade.
Diamonds.
Take all the tricks you have to take.
Yeah,
all
so what do we have to do to make the squeeze operational?
Rectify the count.
And
Now, how are we going to do that?
Duck the first spade.
Very important, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, if you don't duck the first spade, how do you rectify the count? Because if you win the spade, you can't duck a diamond, can you?
Yeah.
If you
No,
duck a diamond, you're going to give them a diamond, and what are they going to take?
the spade.
That's
Spade.
not clever, is it? I mean, I've seen people do that before. Oh, I ducked a diamond, rectifying the count, and they took the trick to put me down. So we have to work out what trick to rectify the count in, don't we? Now, is there any other line of play that could work on this hand other than a squeeze?
Well, if they hadn't led a spade, we would have
have
been
to do
able
it.
to duck a diamond.
You'd be able to play for the diamonds to be 3-3, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
To be a
Yeah.
small chance. But when they lead a spade, can we duck a diamond?
Nope.
No. So our only line of play, that's what I'm saying to you about a squeeze becomes a hit and hope, doesn't it? When there's nothing else left to hope for, what do we have to hope? That somebody's going to come under pressure. And if you don't recognize what cards you're threatening the opponents with and how to rectify the count, then the hand falls apart and you miss the opportunity. So let's go and see a grandmaster in action.
Well, ducking the spade is my best option. So now I have to make the rest of the tricks. Queen and the jack. That gives me some hope that hopefully the king and the 10 are in the west hand. Well, I'm just going to cash my tricks here.
The other thing we have to be careful, although it doesn't happen on this hand, sometimes you have to be careful to be able to keep cards, to be able to get backwards and forwards to the threats.
Yeah.
And a mistake people often make in squeezes is they cash the cards in the wrong order, and then they can't get back to the right hand at the right time. Did anybody see what way West played their spades, by the way? What was the value of their first spade, everybody?
5.
And what did they follow there?
Low.
So they must have
5.
5 card suit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, what do I see there? The 10 of spades. They're beginning to struggle.
And when we play the last card, what happens to West?
Hopefully West is all the diamond pips.
And the, or the king of spades will
I'm
be.
sure has a diamond or a spade. Play.
Well, there's no point in hanging on to the spade any longer.
We definitely know the spade is a loser, don't we?
Yeah.
Because there's no point. I mean,
Spade.
even if we don't know that we're operating a squeeze, we know we shouldn't keep the
Because
nine of spades. Yeah.
It's just lucky the thing works out. It was very unlikely, but there's no other options.
And that's the key to, but for a squeeze to be operational, you need to do certain things at certain times. You need to recognize. Now, were we lucky on this hand? Extremely.
Yeah, we were overbidding.
We were extremely lucky on
Well,
that.
good.
Michéal, that wouldn't be the first or the last time, by the way. Right? But we were extremely lucky because the hand with the 5 spades also had the,
4 diamonds.
Jack of diamonds.
if we moved the diamonds over to the other hand, there'd be no squeeze. Yeah.
Yes.
And had they not let a spade, we might have gone down on this hand, because what might have we have chosen to do if they didn't lead a spade?
You duck a diamond.
You might have chosen to duck a diamond rather than the squeeze. Yeah. Because ducking a diamond is a legitimate play, whereas a squeeze needs them to have certain things. But when they lead a spade, we've no choice but to play the hand this way. Does that make sense to everybody?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. All happy?
Yes.
Okay, number 6, please.
Okay, so we're playing weak now trump. So that looks like a weak now trump hand.
After the last glory, Michéal, look what I had to do.
Oh God! Thank goodness this will be straightforward. So we only have to make 7 tricks.
Easy. 1-note trump is easy, isn't it?
Yeah, well, it's not as high risk as 6 now trump. Hoping for squeezes. Okay, so they led the ace of diamonds well.
Must have the king as well.
I was hoping they'd give me a trick with the queen of diamonds, but they're too smart for that. Anyway, I'll play low on the spade. My jack will start growing up a little. Yeah, I fear neither the queen nor the 9 will win, but sure, we can but do our best. In 1-note trump, it doesn't matter that I'm losing tricks early on. Hopefully I'll make the later ones. Okay, so West has 5 diamonds and they've made a spade trick as 6. So this club better be right.
As Alex Ferguson would say, it's squeaky bum time.
Right, so if the club finesse is right and the heart finesse is right, I've got 7 tricks. But if one of them is wrong, possibly in deep doodah. Anyway, we'll throw a little heart here. And we'll throw a little heart here as well. I don't need to make 4 hearts. I'd like to make 3 hearts without losing any. I'm keeping the 3 spades because the jack of spades could be useful.
And Michéal, sorry, you have to throw a spade on that.
I made a mess of this, sorry.
Yeah, you have to throw a spade on that, yeah.
I should have thrown it. Should have thrown a spade rather than the 7 of hearts. Isn't it dreadful? I made a mistake and then thought about it.
Well, you have to follow the advice you gave earlier on, don't you?
I know I should think about it before making a mistake. Very often you won't make the mistake if you think about it. Okay, so I've lost 6 tricks.
Can't afford to lose any more.
And we know West has 2 spades by the looks of it. Led the 9 the first time. And so that's the club, hopefully. So the 10 of spades. Now, there's 1 spade left in the east hand, a big spade, the king, I think.
Yeah,
So there can only be room for 1 heart left in the east hand. So we play a heart and we'll see what happens. Now, east has got the last card is the king of spades, so the last card is not the queen of hearts. So there's no point in finessing when there's no possibility that east has the queen of hearts. But there is a possibility that west is the queen of hearts and that it will fall under the king. So we hope for the best. And will be.
Yeah.
So west always had only 2 hearts. But by postponing the heart finesse until the end, you realize that there was only room for 2 hearts in the west hand.
But if I give this hand to 100 tables, what does everybody do in the heart suit, bar none?
And they finesse.
Yeah. They finesse the jack of hearts.
Yeah.
And it can't cost to play out all of your cards before you make that decision, can it? And if you play out all of the cards, we have a look. East followed to 2 diamonds, didn't they? Yeah.
Yeah.
We know they had the king and the queen of spades because on the lead of the 9 of spades, what spade did they win with?
The one
The
with
queen.
Queen.
Promising that they had the
king.
Because when we're following through, we follow to the lower of our touching cards, don't we?
Yeah.
So we know they've got the king and the queen of spades. They followed to the queen, and they followed to the 2 with the ace, and they threw away the 10. So they followed to 3 clubs, 2 diamonds. We know they 4 spades, and they threw away 2 hearts, 3 hearts, in fact, wasn't it? They had to throw away 3 hearts. And when they threw away 3 hearts, we now, and you lead the 9 of hearts and they follow with the 10, you have a complete count of the heart suit. And you don't need to make a losing finesse, knowing that the heart is going to come down. Now, what did we have to do at the start of that hand? Count
the losers.
Count.
And winners. Yeah.
Count and count. What else did we have to hope at the start of the hand?
Well, you needed the club finesse, right?
Absolutely correct. Michéal said, "I'm not making this contract unless the club finesse is correct." And what way did he play it? For the club finesse to be correct, didn't he? Because he's not the type of player, no matter what contract he's in, he's not the type of player he'll play the cards so that they will be of benefit to him rather than of being negative to him. Yes. Knowing that if the king of clubs is in east, could he make the contract?
No.
No. Rory couldn't make it. I couldn't make it. Michéal couldn't make it. Tom Hanlon couldn't make it. Nobody in the world could make it if the king of clubs was in the east hand. Yeah. Now that was a 1-0 trump. Very low level contract, but absolutely crucial. Now, Michéal, a quick question for you.
Yeah.
Would you overcall the west hand?
No.
Okay, why not?
But I overcall 1-0 trump with
Yeah.
it. No, I wouldn't.
Why not?
Um,
I agree, by the way.
Why not? Well, you're probably giving the opponent more information than a benefit to your partner. Your distribution isn't that great, 5-4-2-2. I much prefer 5-4-3-1 distributions to 5-4-2-2. And secondly, your two suits are the minors, and there's if you've got a minor fit, the opponents probably have a major fit, so you get outbid anyway.
And if you bid the diamonds and they compete, they're likely to find the fit that they have. Whereas if you don't pass, if you'd a 6 to diamond, Michéal, would it change?
Well, the 6 diamond makes the likelihood of making a 2 diamond contract a lot better. So I quite possibly would do it with a 6 card suit.
And a 6 card suit might mean you might have a chance to run in 3-0 trump 9 tricks.
Yeah.
Would be another reason why a 6 card suit would be good to possibly bid it in this seat. Does that make sense to everybody?
Do you not have to bid with 6 points?
No.
No.
No, not necessarily. We were talking about a 6 card suit. Okay, everybody happy with that hand?
Yeah, Thomas, the opening lead traditionally will be the 7 of clubs, 7 of diamonds. People now are changing to the ace from ace king 10, aren't they?
They can. It's not that they're changing, by the way. They're going back to what they used to do. Yeah. So if you lead the 7 of diamonds, what happens on that hand?
Well, the player wins with the queen.
And you've just given them the contract.
That's right.
Haven't you?
But I thought the ace would be ace king queen or ace king jack.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't have to be. Again, different rules for different people. Some people play aces, show strong sequences. Some people play kings, show strong sequences. Some people play aces, show the weaker sequence. Certainly, if you were playing with an Italian, Michael, they would always lead the ace from that combination.
What about the 4th highest of your longest and strongest?
But that gives the contract, doesn't it? Do we want
on this occasion? But it also keeps. There are other hands where it keeps communication.
Why do you not necessarily have to keep communication on this hand?
You have entries with the king of clubs.
Exactly. You might have entries with the king of clubs. That's one of the reasons why they lead the ace of diamonds. All right.
Yep.
Again, it's partnership agreement. Michael, what you're saying isn't wrong, and what I'm saying isn't right, or vice versa. It's just a question of what your style of your agreements are. Yeah. If you play strong honor sequences that one of them promises ace king queen or ace king jack or king queen 10 or king queen jack, then you can't lead that combination of cards. But we always want to make it as hard as we can for who?
The clearer.
Michéal particularly, yeah. Never make it easy for Michéal. He doesn't like it being easy. He likes it being difficult.
Well, just on this holding, a lot depends on what the contract is as well. That you might lead different holding against 1-0 trump to what you would lead against 3-0 trump. That against 3-0 trump, you may hope to make 4 diamonds and maybe a trick in partner's hand. So I think there's a greater likelihood that you'd lead low against 3-0 trump than against 1-0 trump.
Is that fair enough, Michael?
Yeah, brilliant. Yeah, spot on.
Okay, lovely stuff. Anything you're just going to ask any question at any stage you want.
Yeah, I know everybody understands that. Why did Michéal go with the clubs rather than the hearts?
Because he needs the club possess. How many winners will he get in clubs if the club finesse is right?
3.
Well, 2 extra ones, won't he?
2 extra, right?
How many winners might he only get in hearts if the heart finesse is right?
1.
So clubs is going to produce more tricks. That's why he played the clubs before he played the hearts. Does that answer your question?
Yes, thank you.
No trouble at all. Always ask questions if you want.
Even if Michéal got 4 tricks in hearts, he still would need a club, wouldn't he?
He wouldn't. I think because he's only got 4 heart tricks, 1 club and 1
spade.
He always needs the club finesse to make the contract. Therefore, he plays the club before, because that lets him know whether the contract has a chance or not, doesn't it? Well spotted, Michael. Okay, are we all happy? Okay, we've 2 more hands, I think, Michéal.
Yeah, fine.
Number 7, please.
Oh, well, One spade pass. What do we do? Oh, well, some people do.
Double, double.
Double, yeah.
Do you bid, Jason? Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. I better show where I live at this stage. Matter of style, what way it bid in my hand.
Oh, good.
Can I ask, does the double there not mean that you have the other major?
The double there means you either have a classic style takeout double,
Yeah.
okay, or you've a hand which is so strong that you're going to bid your suit. And as Michéal said, what did he say when he bid 3 clubs? I'm going to tell my partner where I
Yeah.
So when he bids 3 clubs, now I know he probably doesn't have hearts and he has a hand which is too good to overcall. But that's why he started off by doubling and then he bid his suit.
So you don't know till the person has bid a second time.
Exactly. Yeah. You don't know what type of double it is. Is it an SOS double or is it a hand where he has a too good to overcall?
Yeah, it'd be too strong to bid 3 clubs in that position. Not 3 clubs over the 1 spade would be a good hand, but I have a very, very big hand here.
He's much stronger than that, isn't he?
Yeah, no, I see that you're very strong. I just thought in case it automatically meant you the other major.
But it's less so when the opponents are passed out 1 spade.
Yeah.
But,
and you give a little lift,
so much strong hand. I'm going to bid 1 for the vote here.
One of the great things about Michéal, playing with Michéal, is you don't have to bid Michéal's hand for him ever. Ever. You just have to bid your own hand, and he's more than capable of bidding his own hand.
I probably bid Thomas's hand as well as my Okay, we're in 5 clubs and we've a heart lead where we'll follow suit. Actually, what losers do we have here? I should be looking at my losers. I've got 1 loser in hearts, and I've a loser in spades, and there's a finesse that's almost certainly wrong. So I have 3 losers there, and the minor suits are pretty solid. I've 7 club tricks and 3 diamond tricks is 10. So 7 and 3 is 10, and the ace of spades is 11. So it's 11. Seems to be 1 short as always, but what threats do I have as we're on the topic of squeezes? I clearly don't have any additional threats in clubs or diamonds. I have a small threat in hearts, and that I could ruff east so that they keep no hearts. And then the 4th heart might be a threat against west. And clearly the queen of spades is a threat against west. I'm assuming west has the king of spades. So anyway. Oh, dear. So we'll buff a few hearts to so that
now. What did Michéal do in the clubs, by the way?
The 10.
He played the 10
they could play 1 up to 4.
And again, he just automatically did that with it. Almost, it was as if he wasn't even thinking about it, wasn't it?
Well, it's about keeping. I need to get to the table a few times.
Yeah, but it's good technique.
Yeah.
You see the point? What would most people do without thinking? They'd play the 2 to the queen, and then the 6 wouldn't be there to be able to get to the 4, would it?
No.
It's nice to play the 2 to the 4, isn't it?
Showing off, that's what it is.
I will. Now we'll need to. This is just, I've a loser there, so I'm rectifying the count by playing.
No,
this
no, no.
way.
Hold on, Michéal. Undo.
You're not
You've
in
lost the
5,
trick.
Michéal.
You've lost the trick, Michéal.
You're in
Undo.
6.
Oh, sorry, I've lost the trick. My apologies. My apologies. I'm asleep.
Yeah, rough a heart and player trump.
I should just I'm rectifying the count when I've already lost as many tricks as I could possibly lose. Have you been watching the cards closely here in spades and hearts?
Oh, it's just killing. Fundamentally, yes.
Because we know West's last card has to be the King of.
King of Hearts.
Interesting, isn't it?
Brilliant.
Now, when you look at that start, when you look at that hand at the start, it should be like there's no possible way we can make
6 clubs.
6 clubs. No possible way. I mean, no possible way. But there is, you have to be the type of declarer who has the ability that comes up with the possible way of making it. What did we need for this to happen? How many hearts did we need West to have?
5.
We need them to have 5, so we
Correct.
need East to have at most 3.
Because if East has 4 hearts, then West is always going to be able to let go of their hearts, aren't they? Now, the bidding, by the way, the fact that West opened 1 spade and then over a partner who passed voluntarily bid 2 hearts, it's not a stretch to think that they might be 5-5, is it? Particularly when you know that they don't have very many
Points.
points. Okay, is that fair enough?
Mhm.
And then the second thing that Michéal did was absolutely crucial, and he wouldn't have been able to make this contract had he not won the second club by playing the Jack 10 or 9 and beating himself with the
Queen.
to keep the 2 in the, and also when he roughed the heart earlier on, what did he rough with?
9.
He roughed with a high heart, didn't he? He kept that 2 to get to that 4, almost as if it was careless. He didn't almost as if it looked as if he didn't even know what he was doing, did it? However, he very much did know what he was doing. Because if he doesn't have that extra entry, he can't rough the 3rd heart. And it's roughing the 3rd heart that creates the pressure on West, isn't it? Okay, everybody happy?
Yeah.
Any questions on that hand? You sure?
Yeah.
Okay, let's go on to the last hand, Michéal.
Okay. Okay, I have a 16 count. 5, 4, 3, 1 distribution. Well, that's straightforward. 1 heart. One spade. Now, it's not a style here. I can either raise the spades or bid the diamonds. Kind of what is normal is to bid the diamonds first of all and see what happens. Oh, partner shows nice hand with hearts, 3 hearts. Am I expected to bid a slam on this? I don't think it's worth a slam.
So then he just goes to
4 hearts.
very good.
Four hearts. Oh, West is thinking, is he? What to lead? Okay. No, I don't know. We've got 2 spade losers. We've no heart losers. We've no diamond loser because we can muff a diamond. And we've got no club losers. So that gives us 5 heart checks, 3 diamond checks is 8, diamond muff 9, ace of spades 10, and ace of clubs 11. But can I make 12 is the question. You have to do something with your spades. Where's my threat? I've got 10 tricks on top, and roughing a diamond is my 11th. As I'm in 4, I'm just going to pull trumps and make my top 6.
God bless you, Deirdre.
Excuse me.
I'm sure this isn't the way you want me to play it, Thomas, but
Oh, no,
That's
no, no.
right.
This isn't about a play of the hand.
Am I supposed to leave something different? I think maybe.
No, 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 no. Go on.
Okay, okay.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. This isn't about a play.
what's it about, Dan?
You'll see at the end. I'm going to ask everybody a question. This is just a Brucey bonus hand. Okay. Now, I want to ask you a question, okay? Look at Michéal's hand, right? Over 1 heart, I bid 1 spade. What did Michéal respond with?
2
2
diamond.
diamonds.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Now, would you have responded with 2 diamonds?
Yeah.
Yes, I will.
It shows shape.
Well, it shows 5 hearts and 4 diamonds, but what's
Yeah.
the range of points it shows?
Oh, yeah. It's sort of 15 down.
Well, you see, Michéal has 16, hasn't he? That's why I'm asking the question.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
Hmm.
And the singleton. Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Well, a change of suit is always forcing for 1 round, isn't it?
Not after 1/1.
No, not
no.
after, not 2 diamonds isn't forcing.
Had I bid 2 clubs, had I changed the suit at the 2nd level, it would be forcing, but not after a 1/1. Well, if you think about it, can you redeal this hand for me, Jason, please?
Yeah,
We have
it'll
it.
take me a bit because I have to change the.
Yeah, I know,
yeah.
no problem. So most people with the north hand, when I give them this hand, what do they rebid on their 2nd bid? Just give it 1 second, Michéal. Just take him a second to get back to the board. Most people on the north-south hand with Michéal's hand at the rebid, what do they rebid, do you think?
2 spades.
Or 3
Diamonds.
3
3 diamonds.
diamonds.
They're
Yeah.
not worth it.
You're definitely not worth it. That's why I wanted to go through this hand with people, just to show you. A rebid at the 2 level, in actual fact, by opener, could be up to 16 or a very unusual 17 count hand. A jump rebid to a new suit at the 3 level in a minor is game forcing. And unfortunately, North isn't the game forcing hand, is it?
No.
So when the bidding goes 1 heart, pass,
Spade.
1 spade.
will you open 1 heart, Michéal?
Yeah, sorry, my apologies.
You're okay.
Well, the other benefit of bidding 2 diamonds is the bidding isn't always ending there. That you can follow up with, say, partner raises the diamonds from 2 to 3. You can bid 3 spades at that stage, and it's clear that you've extra values on 3 spades.
So let's show you exactly what we're talking about. Make your rebid there, Michéal.
So I'm bidding 2 diamonds.
So if I decided, if I had a fit in diamonds, what could I bid over 2 diamonds?
3 diamond if you had 4 of them.
Yeah, I could support the diamonds, couldn't I? And that doesn't mean the auction is finished. Now, I wouldn't bid 3 diamonds on this hand, folks, right? I'm just showing you what might happen if I do bid 3 diamonds. Okay. So what else might I bid over 2 diamonds?
Might bid 2 hearts.
I might actually show that I might have support for hearts. I might not be heart, but I might have support for hearts. And if I bid 2 hearts, well, that doesn't end the
Auction.
either.
Yeah,
What might
okay,
Michéal do over that?
Okay. I'm going to follow with 2 spades.
Now I know he has 5 hearts, 4 diamonds, and
3 spades.
and I know he can't have 12 points, because if he 12 points, what would he have done?
He would rebid hearts.
And if I had 9 points and 3 hearts, or if I had 5 spades and I could bid spades, or I could bid hearts, or I can pass, or you see what I mean? The 2 diamond bid with 16 or 17 points doesn't stop the auction, does it?
No.
And if it does stop the auction, it's probably the right place to play, isn't it? Yeah. Does that make sense to everybody?
But you did say it's not forcing.
2 diamonds is not forcing.
Yes. Yeah. Okay.
Absolutely, 100%.
Yeah.
The partner passes that you're probably, it's the right contract.
It's the right place to play, isn't it?
So then it's up to North. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Now undo for me, Jason, please. Now let's say I had 5 or 6 spades and a weakish sort of hand. What would I bid over 2 diamonds, maybe?
2 spades.
And again, does that have to end the auction?
No.
What might my partner decide to do over that?
Support the spades.
Exactly. Now he knows I've got a long suit of spades on my own. I have a minimum hand, and look, he didn't even pass he didn't even put me under pressure by bidding what?
3
spades.
Suddenly now his 16-point hand isn't 16 points anymore. Why?
Because you have a
The Singleton Club.
The Singleton Club adds value to the hand. And I mean, I might have a hand where I have a Singleton heart. If I have a Singleton heart and the ace of clubs and 5, 6 little spades, isn't 4 spades an absolute great contract? If I have king, queen to 5 spades and a doubleton heart, isn't 4 spades an absolutely brilliant contract, even if I've no values in clubs? Because what are your spades going to be able to do?
They can off the clubs.
Rough the clubs. Does that make sense to everybody?
Mm-hmm.
Now, that was just a final little point I wanted to get across, because when I use these hands in my lessons, most people with the south hand jump to 3 diamonds, which and now Michéal likes to overbid a little bit sometimes, but that is a gross overbid, isn't it, Michéal?
Yeah, it's just not worth it.
It's not worth it. You'd nearly need to have another king in your hand or another queen in your hand to be considering bidding.
Yeah, if you had 5 diamonds and 2 spades and the queen of diamonds also,
you'd have enough to be bidding 3 diamonds.
Yeah,
but you don't have enough other than that. Now, is there anything in the play of the hand? How many tricks can we make on this hand if we want to try to make an extra trick, and what's the risk attached to it?
but there are risks.
Yeah, but what are they?
Well, the risk of trying to make more is you don't pull trumps and the opponent's rough a diamond.
Get in and rough, yeah.
Now, in teams, what would you do?
Make your contract.
Exactly what Michéal did.
Absolutely. But in match-pointed pairs, what would you do?
Sorry for the diamond.
Rough a diamond.
You'd look to rough a diamond, because the risk of the rough, as opposed to them following the suit, by the way, it's only bad if diamonds are 6-1.
Yeah.
If they're 5-2, you can actually rough the third diamond with the
King.
king of hearts, can't you? And you can cope with a 4-1 break even. Okay. So, and again, that's the difference between playing what?
Teams and
Pairs.
Teams and pairs. Michéal, when you're playing bridge, we would nearly always be thinking in terms of teams first. And it's only then do you start thinking about match pointed pairs after. And in fact, doesn't Padraig really doesn't like playing match pointed pairs, Michéal?
Yeah, he doesn't. We don't play together other than in teams competitions.
In teams competitions, because match pointed pairs is like, it's brutal, isn't it?
Well, everything is a decision, and an overchecking 2 diamonds could cost a lot.
Okay.
While in teams competitions, bid and make your games, and life will be fine.
Absolutely. Now, do we have any questions for anybody?
So the diamonds, should you play the queen first, then the ace, and then rough the third round of diamonds before playing the king?
I'd play 1 heart to make sure that the trumps aren't 5-0. Right, and then I'd play the queen of diamonds, a diamond to the king, and I'd rough a diamond with the queen of heart.
Yeah.
In match pointed pairs. That's what I would do.
Yeah.
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 Okay. Now that's it for this week, folks. I hope you enjoyed those hands. I'd like to thank Michéal for coming in today. It was an absolute pleasure to sit opposite him. And I hope you got some value from those hands. So what we'll send you in notes is we'll send you some Roman key card notes. Yeah.
Thank you.
We'll
Yes.
send you.
Yeah.
I have a couple of notes. It'll be late next week before I get them because they're over in the office. They're not on my home computer. But I have some basic notes on squeeze play, which I'll send to you as well. And they have a couple of the hands that we've done in them as well, that you can deal them out and have a look at them. And it really is a question of you trying to put into practice. You know, it is so interesting to see the likes of Michéal almost instinctively play that club to keep the entry, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
And I think he did an absolute excellent job of explaining his thought processes as he was starting at the start of the hand. And I'd like to thank you, Michéal. It was an absolute pleasure sitting up.
Here.
Thank you very much.
Very good.
So everybody, we're going to, this is going to be recorded. If you're watching it on the recording, please like and subscribe in our YouTube channel.
And share, like, share, and subscribe.
Share, yes, absolutely, share.
Like, share, and subscribe.
And our thanks to, sorry, I'm being invaded by a
Hi, Isabel.
Hello, Isabel.
This is my sixth. This is Isabel. And listen, special thanks to Thomas and Jason as well, and all the Grandmaster team for putting this together. Michéal, thank you so much. I always love listening to you. You have a great role, sense of humor, and a lovely way of showing how you play. And we're very grateful to your advice and support here. So from all of us,
I enjoyed myself.
Thank you very much.
And if you enjoyed it, tell your friends. Yeah, if you enjoyed it, tell your friends.
And we're going to have another. We'll be having another one of these. I'll let you know. And
there'll be one more before Christmas, and then they'll be back after Christmas.
Exactly.
Super. Okay, thank you.
Very good.
All right, everybody.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.
Thanks very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.